Hey, I've got a great story for you today. It's about how my client, Karen, went from a year or more with no clients to actually having a group program up and running within a couple of months. And the reason I want to share this is because I want you to see how possible it is for you. So often one of the things I hear from people starting out is like, how do I get clients? Like, what is going on? What am I doing wrong? And this will just show you how it's really about like understanding your target audience and how maybe just a shift in strategy might be all you need to really get going. And so it reminds me of this thing I say to pretty much anyone that will listen, which is it's not you. It's just that you have more to learn. And so think of it this way. It's kind of like my son Dylan, he's a month and a half, or not a month and a half, a year and a half right now. And he loves peeling stickers off of like labels off of bottles and things. But it takes him so long because he doesn't have the strength yet. And so he's always, of course, like, Mama, Mama. But I'm telling him, like, no, like, if I know that if I just peel off the label, he'll be like, okay, on to the next thing. But if I make a game out of it and make it fun, he'll actually enjoy it. And when he actually does it, he'll feel so much better. The victory will be that much sweeter. And so, really, this entrepreneurial journey, it is like a game. It's like you learn a little bit and then a little bit more and a little bit more. And so, if you can just keep that mentality, you'll save yourself so much sanity, so much sanity in the long run. And so here's what we did for Karen. Karen is a grief coach. Now, when we first started working together and we looked around at the internet, she, the grief coaches we saw, they didn't really look like they had their shit together. I'm just going to say it like that. And she even reached out to a few of them and they told her the truth. Hey, Karen, they told you the truth, right? Which was that they weren't making that much money. And so that was really demoralizing because, you have to think like, all of this time I put into it, all of this money, is it really worth it? Is this ever going to work? So, we kind of did some investigation of the market, right? And we noticed that her audience, they they didn't really understand what coaching was. The first thing they would think of in their mind was, well, I need to go see a therapist. So they didn't understand the difference between therapy and coaching. They didn't really understand how coaching could benefit them, and they didn't understand where in their grief journey they should start seeking a coach. And frankly, Karen too, like, you weren't 100% sure that you would be able to sell that one-on-one priced coaching package, right? Because if you're only working with a few people, you need to charge higher rates in order to make it, profitable, in order to make your business profitable, pure and simple. And so we took everything together. And to those of you who are watching, thank you so much for being here. But please don't run and apply this to your business because there are so many variables involved when it comes to like really putting your strategy together. And your business isn't exactly like Karen's, so it may not work in exactly the same way. But I really do want you to see how this is possible. So I'm about to share the really good stuff of how we transformed Karen's business. But based on her market, based on her own strengths, we decided to move forward with a group program instead of trying to sell one-to-one coaching because honestly, who knows how long that would have taken. And we wanted to get the quick win to prove that this business was viable, to prove that Karen was on the right track, and to prove that she could actually make this happen, right? She needed that jolt of like motivation and inspiration. So we put together a group program and we did a very short launch. We didn't want to spend too much time on testing this idea. So it was less than 2 weeks, but we were really intentional. We were really intentional about the kind of information we were putting out there to let people know about this program. So we were, of course, talking about what coaching was. We were describing exactly what people were going to get in this program. We were letting them know how they were going to benefit, how their life was going to change, what they could expect. And we were also making sure to get in front of some of their objections, to counter some of their objections. And we built this all up kind of like a layer cake, in a really strategic way, getting closer and closer, building the momentum until the cart opened. And that is how she was able to get 6 people to raise their hand and be like, yes, where do I sign? Now, that's a huge transformation to go from 0 clients and really wondering, like, is this ever going to work? To getting to the point where you have a group program up and running with 6 people. That's hugely important because if you get one client, you may think, okay, can I do this again, right? Did I just get lucky? If you get 2 clients, okay, it's a good sign, but do I really still know? But baby, seriously, when you get 3, 4, 5, 6 clients that all say yes to exactly the same thing, you know that's scalable. You know you can scale it out. And so there's so many possibilities now for Karen, right? She could upsell some of these group program participants into a one-to-one package. She could perhaps go ahead and roll out another similar but different program that these same people might be interested in, and maybe some new ones will want to join. She could also do the exact same program over again because she knows that it works, and now she just needs to bring in new people, or maybe even some of the people that already heard about the first program but were a little bit on the fence now will be ready because they've heard about the great things that have happened for the people that were already in the first group program. So really, there's so much potential now and so much possibility in her business, and it's all because of this shift in strategy. So sometimes really that's all it takes. Like I said, it's not you. It's just about learning a little bit more, growing a little bit more, and trying some new things to really make sure that you understand the needs of your target audience and that you know about what your clients' expectations are. Okay, I'd love to do the same for your business. I'm always here to help. If you'd like to schedule a call, it's on my website. There's a tab for schedule, and it's just a free call. I'll tell you, no holds barred, exactly what steps I think you should take for your business, in what order, and then if it's a yes, we'll make it happen. Absolutely no obligation. I'd really love to get to know you and really love to brainstorm with you how we can make your business really work for you. Okay, as always, if you have any questions at all, message me. Always here, and I wish you a great rest of your day. Bye.